World go round. Money makes a world go round. It makes a world go round. Money makes a world go round. It makes a world go round. Money makes a world go round. It makes a world go round. Money makes a world go round. Yeah, money make a world go round. Money makes a world go round. It's money make a world go round. Yeah. Yo.
Conrad,
What's up, man?
welcome to Office Hours.
Do you have another screen running?
Why am I super choppy or something?
No, I was going to say the score. You're winning your first
Oh.
match in your pool, 36-24, Ohio State behind at the end of the second half.
I did pick an upset in one of my brackets in that game, I'll be honest with you.
Yeah, but it's not this game. What? Well, this would be an upset, but it's a small upset. It's 9.
This is an 8-9. Isn't this an 8-9?
Yeah, this is 8-9.
I in one of my brackets, I picked this game an upset. It was pure Schadenfreude, but you know,
you picked Ohio anywhere?
I picked against.
Good. Yeah, you should always.
Right.
Okay.
Yes, I do not have the game on because I'm trying to focus on answering our audience questions.
We've got some great questions from the audience earlier.
We do. And, you know, one thing I was thinking about, maybe we'll put this out there. You know, I could share the StreamYard link and we could bring other people on with us. So if you're watching and you want to come on stage, that might be a thing. We'll see.
Okay.
Something to think about.
We can talk about it.
All right. So we're going to pick up. We promised Kurt London that we would answer some more of his questions, and we want to do that today. Thank you, Kurt, and thank you to everybody else who submitted questions. That's really, it's so much better when we answer specific questions. Okay. So first question. This has been on a lot of people's mind. Is Conrad going to keep his beard?
Gone. And we missed an opportunity to do some useless garbage, shave it in real time, but I am now 15 years younger and will no longer be offered the senior citizen discount walking into high school athletic events, which did happen.
I was hoping we were going to do an ASMR episode of just the sounds of your shaving. Get that high def. Turn up the volume there.
Somehow moved to like creepy weirdness, dude.
I feel like you might have broken your mic too. I don't know if you're getting any weird feedback or not, but
I'm not. But
could just be my headphones. All right. Next most important question: how do you get a law firm website to convert more views into actual leads? It's a big question.
Well, I think you have to address that question has two elements to it, and one is the numerator and one is the denominator. And I think
I'll tell you let me give you my kind of reading into this. So I'm focused on website convert views to actual leads, and where there's kind of two, you know, as digital marketers would break this into two kind of main things. One is are the views here that we're talking about even relevant views? Like, are we talking about people who are landing on your page from a non-brand bottom of the funnel organic search? Okay, let's just assume that it's that. So the issue is that there's relevant traffic who's getting to the site. If we have built that assumption, which that might not be true, then the second thing is actually converting. And, you know, again, to me, and, you know, I think a lot of this is interesting stuff that's coming out of the near media stuff. Like, you've got to have stuff there that motivates people to contact you. But my issue is that most of the time the issue isn't necessarily a conversion issue. It's a untargeted traffic issue.
Okay, so that's just why I broke this up into numerator and denominator, right? So I think one of the ways you can improve that percentage is to get less untargeted traffic. Having said
Sure.
that, unless you are paying for that traffic, there's no loss. There's limited downside to having, and I'm speaking purely from an SEO unpaid traffic. There's no downside to having a lot of that traffic. And in fact, one could argue that brand exposure, opportunity for retargeting, the longer your purchase cycle is for what you do. Um, if you are a franchise lawyer or a divorce lawyer with someone who might be thinking about leaving their spouse for the next 13 months, coming back to your site, that's not untargeted. That's just a long purchase cycle, and multiple touches on that aren't necessarily a bad thing. But I don't like, my immediate answer was to improve the quality of the traffic. But given that assuming that the traffic that doesn't convert is not, you're not paying for, you're getting this free gravy, SEO, blah, blah, blah. I'm not too worried about that.
Well, that was my thing. Was my real kind of answer to this question is who cares? Like, I'm like, more views to actual leads. I think to me the issue is we want to focus on growing actual wanted leads regardless of view counts.
Okay. So let me give you two answers to let me give you two more answers to your question. Number one, make sure that there are multiple ways. Make sure that it is easy for the audience to contact you in the method in which they are comfortable. Phone call, form fill, text, or chat. Phone calls convert at a higher rate than form fills and chat and text. They just do. But not everyone wants to pick up the phone while they're sitting at work thinking about suing their employer, right? And so I think it's important that we recognize that people have different ways that they want to contact you. And if you do not make those ways available to them, you're going to drive down conversion rate. The second thing that I would say is don't have your contact page from your Google business profile show up as a 404.
Ha. What? Wow. I mean, why do you mention that?
We need to do a segment. I want to ask Mim if we can get that recording and watch someone do that. And then
we can.
I'm sure we can. So for those of you who are listening, our relationship with Near Media got really interesting the other day. They literally watched people walk through a task of hiring a lawyer, did a search, clicked on a result, went to a large-ish law firm with a large-ish well-known digital marketing agency. The page off their GPP profile had a 404. It was broken, right? And you literally hear the person move on. You watch this happen in real time. So don't do that. That's just me being snarky. But my first point is actually much more relevant to most of you. Let's make sure that people can contact with you in the way in which they want to contact you, which is one of 4 methods.
Yeah, and have a ton of reviews.
And add a ton of reviews.
Have a ton of reviews on your pages on your site, because reviews, testimonials, client stories, that stuff, that converts. I mean, every time we look at this, it's like, what's the most important thing to legal services consumers? It's that stuff.
Yeah.
Okay. Next, speaking of reviews, how to make your LSA stand out among other Google ads. Reviews, number 1 priority.
Well,
I mean, images. You can use images. You can put some images in there.
You're really at Google's. I mean, there's so much experimentation going on with how and where these display that I hate this. So you and I talked about this last week. This is why we don't charge a percentage of spend for local service ads management, because most of the nuance that you can have an impact on is controlled by the publisher, not you or us. There's limitations.
How about this? I'm just trying to I'm trying to maybe interpret this a different way. How to make your LSA stand out among the other Google ads? Now, does that mean
that's right? This is my problem, right?
The other Google ads, like the other Google ads, obviously, there's a lot more control.
Yeah, I hate to give a bad. I don't like this question because I don't have a good answer for this. You are really. I mean, it's really a matter of what Google is doing today.
I mean, let's just face some hard truths here. You talking about high intent, bottom of the funnel, non-brand, with a lawyer or law firm or attorney modifier in any practice area and combination. You're talking about LSAs. LSAs have the premium real estate with reviews, top of the page. All the research shows if an LSA shows, the LSA is going to win.
Yeah. So maybe the tongue-in-cheek answer to the question is, do LSAs.
Right. All right. Here we go. In a world where law firms are spending more than ever, what are some low-cost ways? I love that. When law firms are spending more than ever, what are some low-cost ways to maximize a law firm's web presence? So
to maximize a web presence.
Built into that, he's acknowledging, man, it is competitive. Like there is so much money being poured into this. And so law firms are spending more than they've ever spent, which drives the price, the cost per acquisition up. I mean, I think Glenn Lerner was just on a podcast talking about his acquisition in the last, I don't know if it was 5 years, tripling or something. Like the costs are going up for acquisition enormously. And I'm empathetic. I'd be looking for low cost ways too. So what are some low cost ways that you can maximize your web presence in this climate of uber competitive money dump?
So I'm going to pick apart some of the words in here because they're important. Maximize suggests volume. Okay. Point number one. Point number two. And I think you just posted this, Gyi. The most cited source for AI, Google AI, is Google results, which basically means SEO. And you guys have all been playing this SEO game.
And YouTube.
And YouTube, right? So this you have been doing and investing in and spending money with agencies like ours for decades on maximizing your web presence, and it is getting more competitive. So my side answer is, if you want to find small nuggets of places where no one is playing, the only place where you can find something that is cost effective are places that no one has actually really figured out at this point in time. So like I will use Yelp as an example. Low volume, low cost, right? But it's not going to maximize your web presence. I can't come up with something, Gyi, at this point in time where I'm like, hey, the digital marketing world hasn't thought about this and it's going to get a ton of volume and it's low cost. That just doesn't exist, dude.
Yeah, well, and again, so volume's a relative word. I would say this. If I was like, what am I trying to do that's just going to take my time, it's not advertising, I would be doing video content on YouTube. I'd be posting content all over the place.
The all over the place, I think, is part of the key here, right?
Yeah. I would probably, again, it's hard when you're a solo, you got to just carve out time because you're doing this yourself.
Yeah.
But when you get to a certain size, like this should be on the plate of somebody where they're like, they're doing, they're supporting with content creation, but they're also doing like the listening. So, they got something like Alert Mouse set up. So every time your firm's talked about, you're engaged in those conversations.
Alert Mouse. There you go. There's a little nugget of awesomeness. Talk about Alert Mouse, Gyi.
It's like what Google Alerts should be.
But it works.
Yeah, but it's like actually amazing. It's uh, one of Rand Fishkin's portfolio companies. I don't know if it's the same owners at all his businesses, but he's got Spark Toro and he's got Alert Mouse and he's got one other one that I'm blanking on. But Alert Mouse is great. I love Alert Mouse. Got a nice dashboard, but there's a lot of things you can do with it. I think for me in this context, like and which comes to the last question that's on here actually
All
is
right.
how to have your law firm ethically and legally stand out in AI searches.
So hold on. Let me just take a pause.
Yep.
Our answer to Kurt's question about the maximize low cost that no one else is doing is there isn't one, right?
Yeah, and again, I always like this. I always say, well, people think about it, and I'm not saying Kurt's implying this, but a lot of lawyers will say, well, if it's just my time, it doesn't cost me any money. And I'm like, well, first of all, that's not true.
That's not true.
But let's just say let's just put it.
Because if
Let's
it's
put
my
a
time, it'll
dollar.
cost you a lot of money, right?
Right. Let's put a dollar a figure on your time, and then how much time do you want to be dedicated to content production, the research, competitive intelligence, I mean, all the stuff that you've got to do. But again, if you ask me, if you're like really you're like, I want low cost, biggest potential bang for my buck. Yeah, I would be publishing a lot of content all over the place.
Yeah.
I would lean into that local, the stuff that we're always talking about. I'd lean into the local partnership stuff, the local businesses, the giveaways in the local community, content around all that kind of stuff. I think that's your biggest bang for your buck.
Okay.
My opinion. Okay. But
you're assuming a zero cost on time. That's the difference.
Yeah, and even those things that I said, like even investing in the local community, there's a cost to that. It's not free.
Yeah. That's my point.
But again, dollar for dollar, I think some of that stuff's better.
Yeah.
If you don't have that in place, do that first. Okay. How to have your law firm?
Hold on. I've got an answer. I have a different answer.
Great.
That we shared at 2 episodes ago.
2 episodes ago, go check it out.
2 episodes ago, we talked about diversifying your practice area into something that's less competitive. So if you do criminal defense, you can move down the competitive set and find. Sorry, I do like this answer. Find someone in your local market, find a practice area in your local market that is less competitive than what you currently do and tack that onto what you do. That works. Assuming it's a lesser competitive market. Sorry, I'll now stop interrupting you.
Nope, it's great. Hey, look, free flow and tips here is what it's all about. Where was I going to next?
The fourth question.
The fourth question, thank you. Which is, how do I get my law firm to rank legally and ethically in AI search? And there is a potential ethics conundrum potentially. Like obviously don't upload confidential information into especially the free version of ChatGPT. But I'll say this seriously, look, everybody's like, all right, there's this massive shift going on to AI search. And let's break that down. So who are the players here, Conrad? Give me the big players that are real players in AI search from a legal services, like a law firm standpoint.
I mean, I actually I don't know how this is broken down for legal services across the big four. I don't have the data.
All right, fine. Fair. That's fair.
I mean, my guess is the answer to your question is a guess. It's Google and ChatGPT. My guess is that's
Google
where people
Google and ChatGPT,
but that's unsubstantiated, right?
Fine. But just based on consumer user numbers, like that's the fight.
Sure.
Like,
okay,
I don't think. Anyway, point being, And then among those two, how would you compare Google's share versus OpenAI's?
My guess is it's probably 80 to 90%.
Right. Okay. So it's Google. It's a Google world still. So when we talk, getting your firm to rank in AI, we're really talking about getting it to rank in Google's AIOs and Google AI mode, which isn't the default surface, but people have speculated that maybe this would be the year that they make it the default surface, the default search surface. So how do you rank in AIOs and how do you rank in AI mode? What do you think, Conrad? What do you got?
Well, again, we're going to go back to the study that just showed the two biggest impactors are YouTube and Google.
What's the
search
number?
results.
So hold on. What's the number one? Maybe not the number one, but what's a huge percentage of those Google.com responses?
I mean, it's referencing SERPs.
But a huge percentage is referencing Google business profiles. Because the Google business profile, a Google business profile is a Google.com reference.
Yes.
So that's included in that number.
Yeah.
But to your point, that yes, also there are special. So if you're doing bottom of the funnel lawyer lookup searches in AI mode, for the most part, you're getting some GBP something.
Yeah.
Sometimes, though, to your point, you're going to get you're going to get a list of firms and there'll be contextual links. And those contextual links will just be to brand search of that firms, right? So I'll just give you the paradigm. I search for Chicago divorce lawyer in AI mode. There's a list of Chicago divorce lawyers. I click on a link of one of those lawyers and it just opens a new SERP that's a search on that lawyer's name. That's a huge example of what's going on with Google.com being highly cited. So for me, I'm like, tactically, what do you do? Well, one, you still have to focus on Google business profiles. You still have to generate reviews. It is what it is. By the way, ChatGPT, when you do those kind of searches, also frequently surfaces Google business profile data and links back to Google. So either way, in that local business lookup context, it's Google business profiles. And then it's a lot. You see a lot of review sites. We see a ton of like the major directories. I mean, I've been seeing a ton of expertise.com, especially in ChatGPT.
Right.
So, you can try to get a sense of what citation sources are being driven, but at the end of the day, it's getting your firm's name out across this really vast training data.
And I mean, we've talked about this before, but it like the universe of where you need to be has expanded, right? Which like it's a good thing, but it's still all about influencing Google at this point.
It is. It is.
Yeah.
And so you're the other thing we talked about this a little bit, but YouTube's number two. Well, obviously, the risk of saying the obvious, Google owns YouTube, and YouTube is like when I think of like the way all this stuff works and like most best data wins. Like this is where think about the competitive advantage between the local business data that Google has and the video data. Like you want billions of hours of human conversation to train your model.
Yeah.
It's theirs. And then Reddit's up there too. I mean, again, but Reddit's a weird one because this is why you see people astroturfing Reddit and blah, blah, blah. But Reddit is impactful in this.
Yeah, and so like it's going back to all these nodes of where you're referenced, and like I think that we used to talk about citations and blah blah. Get referenced wherever you can, and so PR
get talked about, get people talking.
The PR, it's almost like
PR.
Yeah, like we're going to come back full circle to very old school marketing, which is fascinating.
Exactly. Exactly. What's
All right.
old is new. The more things change, the more they stay the same.
We sound like a grumpy old couple here, dude. We're coming back. We'll come back. Jean shorts are coming back, my friend. This is the jean shorts of digital marketing. I want to add another one here, and maybe as a cautionary tale. The question was ethical.
Oh yeah, ethical. Mm-hmm.
And so I'll give a cautionary tale. And I don't know that this is what was going on here, or if it was just ham-fisted stupidity. But I'll read one of the comments. I found a post from a lawyer congratulating himself for winning the Personal Injury of the Year award that was created by himself.
He's done a full end around on the lawyer award category.
We're not going to Avo. We're not going to super lawyers. This is
good for him.
Well, so I mean, it's funny. He also, unfortunately, the picture that he posted makes it look like it's a obituary notice, which is weird. And he literally writes to himself, "Rest well, Mike Pitaro. As a top-rated law firm, you have a lot of cases to cover, so you won't be getting much sleep. After years of hard battles with insurance companies and consistently fighting for what's right, Mike is officially our pick for Personal Injury Attorney of the Year." I threw this up because it was funny. But one of the comments, and I don't buy it, but I can't find. Oh, sorry.
Here we are talking about him.
Here we are talking about it. One of the comments was around AI. And is this being done for AI? Hold on. Here you go. Scott Clark, who I don't know, wrote, "GEO bros going for the search AI overview citation, assuming LLMs are not scrutinizing out the self credentials. And it kind of works for now." Yeah. This is akin to the top 10 legal marketing podcast lists that we put together. So we're going to end up in this situation where the spamming of LLMs for best and personal injury lawyer of the year, this is going to happen, and it's going to be fascinating to watch how that plays out, and especially in legal, and maybe not just in legal, but like where is the clapback on this version of link selling, right? Link buying. What does that look like?
Supposed to get smarter. I mean, they're already talking about they've got countermeasures in place that have been fighting back against the listicle thing. They're saying that is kind of run its course, but
the Reddit spam, like Reddit, it was Reddit, and then Reddit's kind of died down a little bit now.
This is not new. This is how it always has been, right?
Is this
they find ways to manipulate the machine.
Yeah.
The machine gets smarter.
Every time we give you something, you ruin it, digital marketers. Remember?
Well, I think, and we brought this up on the pod, but Google's going all in on personalization. Like, I think they believe personalization is a big solution to the spam problem, because when they get with all of your personal context, they're able to filter out the noise a lot better. At least
we'll
that's the
see.
pitch.
I think it's going to be fascinating to see how digital marketers start spamming the crap out of the best ofs.
They already are.
Yes.
They already are. I mean,
well, I'd like to see where, okay. Anyway, I think I would be very careful about doing it yourself, about talking about how you are the best. That might be one.
That's really, Conrad, that is a tall ask for lawyers not to talk about how they're the best.
I think when you put up a best lawyers in Sheboygan and you are at the top of best lawyers in Sheboygan, I got some questions.
But definitely be on bestlawyers.com and definitely be on superlawyers.com.
See, this is where this becomes really difficult, right?
Avo.com and Quora.com and
we talked about this.
Reddit.com.
The AI saved the directories.
It really did. It really, not even just, yeah, I mean, it saved them, like put them right back in the forefront.
Right.
I mean, I'm seeing examples of responses that include, contextual links back to super lawyers, like a super lawyer's landing page.
Avo answers.
Yeah. And like they're getting prime time real estate. Like they're getting like right at the top. Like they're, because again, there's no results. It's a generative paragraph. And it's like, here are some of the best places to go find lawyers in your area, and super lawyers, lawyers.com.
Go back and AI spam the crap out of Avo answers. Don't do that.
Yeah. And I don't know. And again, all because, people keep asking, how do we, what do we do? And how do we track all this and all this nonsense? And, how
do we track all this nonsense?
The level of volatility, the flux, it's just amazing. I mean, it's baked into it, and then you would layer on like, whether what the machine knows about you, like if you're a logged in user, like and you've got you've been using, the more you use it, the more it knows about you, and so you're gonna get much more personalized results. Like there is no universal result.
Yeah. Yeah.
So the whole idea of like rank tracking in that respect is done.
Well, we need to do a full segment on how digital marketing agencies lie about their ability to tell you how AI is performing for you, how they are doing in performing AI for you. And
have we not done that yet?
No, I think we need to actually show how to do it. We talk about it, but we haven't shown how to do it.
Okay. What else? Any other questions? We've got hundreds of people watching.
Hundreds of people watching very shyly. No one asking questions, which is fine.
So many lurkers.
Lurking. All right.
Well,
what else you got? You have Michigan at the top of your bracket. We can bookend it with this.
Yeah, I did 3 brackets.
3. You didn't join ours. I did send you an invite.
I was going to, and then I did these 3 with this big pool because I'm like, oh, I'm gonna win.
All right,
I'm gonna retire from March Madness.
I'm too small for you. I get it.
And I don't know. I mean, I don't know anybody. Anyway.
All right. They all know you, dude.
I got 3 brackets.
Okay.
And then 2 of them have Michigan winning.
What?
One of them has Duke winning.
Take off the hat, dude.
2 out of 3. I have to have an experimental one. And I like to have an experimental. It's Michigan versus Duke in the final. Michigan Duke final. Duke winning in one of them.
This is why. Okay.
It's an emotional hedge.
Okay. I've just learned more about you than I wanted to know.
So who's your final 4?
I'll have to look it up because I'm
you don't even know.
I'm not a basketball
You're not pulling for the Zags?
I got the Zags going a little further. Mine are all emotive. I really don't know crap. My final 4, I really don't know anything about basketball.
Would you say Zags representation is pretty strong in Seattle?
Yeah.
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 But technically, aren't they east? Where's Gonzaga?
They're east of. They're well east of.
East, right?
Yeah. It's a different country over there, different state.
Right. Yeah. But
I have Michigan, Arizona, Duke, and Florida.
Okay, so you picked all the 1 seeds.
And
good job.
Why did I put Florida over the? I put Florida over. See, I put Illinois over UNC because I have to hate UNC. And then I've got Florida beating Illinois, which is
how far do you have Kentucky going?
I have. See, again, this is very emotive for me. I've got Kentucky going. Oh crap! I've got Iowa over Kentucky because I kind of like the
Big
Iowans.
10 bias. Big 10 bias.
That's right. That's right. I've got relatives in Kentucky, but I have to go. Sorry, it's Iowa State over Kentucky.
How far do you have the Buckeyes going?
They die today. They always die. I don't care if they're ranked number 1. I'm picking against the Buckeyes. That's how it should be, and that's why you should never have anyone other than Michigan at the top of your card, Gyi.
And then how far do you have Michigan State going?
Oh, also, I'm going to knock them out really fast. It's all emotive.
It's great.
I have
true fan.
them.
Passionate
I have them
fan.
losing to Louisville. There's my upset. They're going to lose to Louisville because knock them out. Yeah.
There you go. You heard it here first.
All right. No one's listening to our banter about basketball.
We're not. This is solely for us. Well,
hundreds of people left.
Go Blue.
Go Blue, baby.
And talk to you next week.
Sounds good, Gyi. Talk to you later.